Not too many clouds in the sky today, Dan. Let that sunshine come through to the central coast.
I guess if we're not getting rain this time of year, it's nice to have some sunshine as well to at least enjoy, right? And
Yep.
so we take a live look from our Domenico's on the Wharf Cam in Monterey tonight, looking across the harbor. We're seeing mostly clear skies. No low clouds reflecting the city lights tonight as you look off towards Seaside and Delray Oaks this evening. But mostly clear night out there. It's been pretty nice here across the central coast. A little cooler in the mornings. The afternoons have been comfortable, with more of that on the way over the next couple of days. And as we look at the night cloud and visibility tracker, we can see a few low clouds offshore, but not on land. And visibility still looking good at area airports. And with some dry air coming in over the hills tonight, that will be working against any fog formation. It's still possible we may see a little fog in some low sheltered areas in the valleys, but widespread fog not expected overnight as this dry air continues to build in. As this ridge of high pressure builds, and you can see the clockwise flow around the ridge, and that is northerly, more dry flow for us here on the central coast, and that is going to continue times over the next couple of days as this ridge just winds around here across the west coast. Now there's some indication it might push off a little bit farther to the west as we head toward the latter portion of the week, allowing for a couple weather systems to try and slide down to the east. Now we're going to be on the dry side of those weather systems, but the end result, on top of continuing to push dry air toward us, will actually be a slightly cooler forecast than I was anticipating yesterday. So I've cooled down our forecast a little bit later on in the week. Tomorrow's still looking pretty warm. Friday's still looking pretty warm, but maybe a little bit cooler through the weekend as this cooler dry air rolls in from the northeast. Still, the ridge of high pressure will continue blocking rain systems and pushing them well off to the north. Some indications that late next week it may weaken a little bit, enough that we might start to see some troughs like this work their way across the west coast. And if that's the case, we may finally see the return of some rainfall. But until then, it's looking pretty dry. Now, as we take a look at our reservoir capacities, or levels, I should say, well, I have some good news to share. It's up from the last time I showed you about a week or maybe 2 weeks ago. 82% at Loch Lomond, up from 75%. So we've seen some gains there. And in our southern reservoirs, I don't want you to be alarmed by the numbers at Lake San Antonio. Generally, Lake San Antonio is kept pretty low compared to capacity. I know they've been working on the dam at times there. So 11%, not a lot of water, but you're probably not going to see it all that much higher, even if they fill it up to the point where they're letting all the water out at that point in time. Lake Nacimiento was at 15% last time I showed you this graphic. Now we're close to 30%, so that is some good news down there. In the meantime, dry conditions expected to continue. Mostly clear skies overnight. Again, light offshore breezes continuing. That will work against any fog formation tonight. We head through 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Not much going on. During the day tomorrow, continue to see a light offshore breeze, which is going to warm temperatures all the way to the coast. And it should be a pretty nice day tomorrow. Highs above normal for this time of year. In fact, start to see some 70s creeping back into those weather maps tomorrow. 70 in Scotts Valley tomorrow. Ben Lomond, Boulder Creek right around 70. Certainly a cool morning, but the afternoon nice and warm. Santa Cruz back in the upper 60s tomorrow. Same in Capitola tomorrow. The east shore of the bay seeing some upper 60s and close to 70 degrees in some cases, including Salinas coming in at 72. Now notice we're a little bit cooler in these northern valleys. I expect some of that cool air from tomorrow morning to be kind of pooled there, and the inversion not really being broken by those offshore winds just yet. So I've got you a little bit cooler, but still seasonable to slightly warm. Monterey Peninsula, you're looking at low to mid 60s. Looks pretty nice. In fact, Carmel 71 tomorrow with a offshore breeze. And then down south, well, lots of 70s. So looking pretty warm out there, and really not going to see too much change in your temperatures on Friday. So we'll stay pretty similar Friday into Saturday. Breezy offshore winds continue at times, maybe even making it down to the coast late Friday night into Saturday morning. But then overall, out of the weekend, I've got cooler temperatures. Still pretty seasonable, mostly sunny conditions, but maybe not quite as warm as I was expecting yesterday. But the next 3 days looking like highs 5 to 6 degrees above normal. We'll stay that way into the weekend. Out of the weekend, a little bit cooler, but as I mentioned, it's going to be dry for the next 7 days, probably 10, maybe more. But we'll watch for that pattern change in the forecast, Phil.
All right, we know you will. Thanks, Dan.